cusp of some serious victories, but we know there's going to be very, very hard fights ahead. And if anybody's been following what's been going on the Hill over net neutrality and openness, we're going to have some very serious battles in the next couple months. So first and foremost, after 4 years of effort, it appears that the country is finally going to be assured of an open and non-discriminatory internet, both on wireline and wireless. But even before he's proposed any rules, we've seen the opposition just all over the Hill, all over the White House, and saying things like net neutrality will hurt consumer choice and limit investment. So I can assure you that Public Knowledge is going to fight this with every bone in its body and will not rest until we have an open and non-discriminatory internet. So I promise you that.
And to see where the evolution of technology and how it's transformed not only our lives or our economy, but to my mind is still the thing that maintains our innovation lead around the rest of the world. And it's something that I would love to continue to work with everyone here in this room to make sure that the new administration, I know there's folks here from the administration, but that we really make sure that this administration makes innovation and growth and its linkage with technology an absolute priority. That will be one of the ways we're going to come out of this economic downturn.
This award's going back to the Commonwealth in my hands, but it's definitely the culmination of a lot of good partnerships with the vendors, a lot of good collaboration amongst state agencies, and I couldn't be prouder to take this back and represent Virginia with this award, that now the nation knows that Virginia's got it right, and standing on the shoulders of some great leaders, we're going to continue to lead into the next administration as well.
I had a chance to meet the recipient earlier. Where did she go? She's participated in our processes at the FCC, which we're doing our best to open up. So I'm just excited to be here, and congratulations on the award, and it's good to see you all.
Thanks. My mom wants to see you, I'm sure.
Thank you, Gigi, and thanks for everybody coming this evening on this rainy night. I've been around long enough to remember this town before Public Knowledge and this country before Public Knowledge, and it was a scary place. It was very hard for those of us who care about issues like openness and access, usability, consumer rights, consumer interests in the areas of information policy, in the areas of intellectual property, to get taken seriously before Public Knowledge arrived on the scene, before Gigi took the initiative to make it happen. Every time that anyone in my field, in the halls of academia, gets a little bit depressed because we seem to be thinking a lot of stuff and writing a lot of stuff that no one's paying attention to, I always remind people that someone is paying attention, someone is able to get the ear of very important people when these issues come up. So thank you, Gigi, for making our country a lot better. Thanks.
When Sasha first talked about coming to Washington a couple of years ago, he said, you've been there a while. What do you need? What does the public need in terms of representation in Washington? Do you need advocates? Do you need a think tank? Do you need lobbyists? Do you need lawyers? Do you need economists? Do you need technologists? And I said, yes. and I said, well, what we really could use is a group of really skilled technologists who understand technology from a hardware perspective, from a software perspective, who can speak in policy terms, and who work at a think tank who can produce the kind of empirical data that we can present to policymakers as the basis for public interest policy in telecommunications.
If you look at Open Technology Initiative's work, what you'll find is what really drives this initiative is the partnerships and the collaborations that we're building with all of these other organizations. We don't see ourselves as the standalone group going out there hoisting the petard and battling alone. We see ourselves as part of a really robust public interest sector. And I'm very thankful that a lot of the veterans like Gigi, who have been carrying the torch for so long, have been so gracious in helping new folks get established, people like the Open Technology Initiative. And I'm really thankful that so many people have come out and helped us build something entirely new, something that sort of walks like a wonk and talks like a wonk, but is actually a whole bunch of geeks. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Is Sarah Deutsch here? She was supposed to be here. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, well, the problem is we always try to do the President's Award as a surprise, so I guess this year I'm surprised. So, so for those of you who don't know Sarah Deutsch, I mean, people might think it'd be unusual for Public Knowledge to be giving an award to somebody who works for Verizon, because we obviously don't agree with them on several things. But I actually think that's what makes Public Knowledge great. I mean, you may have noticed a number of our sponsors come from places like Comcast and Time Warner Cable and NCTAs, because we can find, and CTIA, because we can find common ground with anybody. Anyway, Sarah Deutsch is a very special person because she is the main advocate among internet service providers of all kinds for balanced copyright reform. I mean, she is the person who negotiated the Digital Millennium Copyright Act to ensure that internet service providers weren't coupled with incredible liability. So she just did an amazing job. She's worked with us on the anti-counterfeiting trade agreement. She's always there. She's always, fighting really, really hard. And she's oftentimes the only one out there among the telecom community. So Sarah really deserves this award. I'm really sad she's not here to receive it. But she's really terrific, and if you have not met her, she's not in the Washington office with everybody else. She's really a terrific advocate. She also works on privacy, she works on ICANN, and she's very much deserving of the President's Award.